YouTube chickens? Welcome to the Zenless Zone Zero Beginner's Guide. This video won't go into the very specifics of each topic, but just enough to get you through the early stages of the game and answer any questions you might have. So starting off with the characters, there's two different rankings for them, A ranks and S ranks. A ranks are pretty much the 4 stars from Genshin, and S ranks being 5 stars. You can get them from searching on the channels or by playing events. As a matter of fact, if you log in right now, you can claim a free A rank Korin. And honestly guys, the A rank agents in this game aren't even that bad. As a matter of fact, I'm only using A rank agents right now on my team, even though I have an S rank furry. But that's also probably because I don't have him built. But I mean, who wants to play a furry when you got a very beautiful lady named Nicole? Yeah, you know what I mean guys. Yeah, A rank agents aren't bad. I think they're actually pretty good, and you get a bunch when you first start out playing the game, so that's pretty cool. Now let's talk about character attributes. I'm not gonna go that deep into one, but just know along with the character rankings, they will have one of 5 different attributes: fire, electric, ice, physical, or ether. You'll notice that on the enemy there is a elemental bar beside them. It might be hard to see, but it's there, and when you hit an enemy with an attribute attack, the bar will go up, and once it goes up, you will trigger one of these anomalies based on whatever elemental attack you hit them with. Keep in mind though, you don't mix reactions in this game, so if you hit them with a fire attack and then hit them with an electric attack, that bar will reset and change. So usually you want to run people on the same team with the same attributes to apply the attribute anomalies. Moving on from the character attributes or elements, we have their fighting style. So every character can contain one of 5 different fighting styles. The first one we'll talk about is attack. Agents with the attack specialty dish out immense amounts of damage, allowing you to end battles quickly and swiftly. So basically the main DPS of your team. Next is anomaly. Agents with this specialty are good at applying debuffs and will deal most of their damage by triggering attribute anomalies. So basically elemental reactions. And remember, you cannot mix attributes in this game. So if you hit an enemy with electricity and then you hit them with fire, the bar will reset. Next we have stun. Agents with this specialty have powerful control abilities which are good at building up days to cause enemies to be stunned, allowing for your team to do more damage. So if you haven't played ZZZ yet or watched any videos, each enemy will have this bar underneath their health, which will increase every time you hit it, and once the bar is full, the enemies are stunned in place and the damage you deal to them will be increased by 150 to 200%. So stun characters basically make it so that bar goes up quicker with their attacks. What that number is, I don't know, but it's definitely a lot faster than just using an attack character and smacking them in the face. Next is support agents. Agents with the specialty buff the agents in the squad to improve combat effectiveness. Pretty straightforward, and if you want to know what a character buffs specifically, you'll have to look more into their skills. Last on the list is defense. Characters with this specialty have abilities that reduce their damage taken. For example, Big Ben's abilities prevent 80 to 100% of all incoming damage to be blocked. Lastly, each character will have a faction, and if you use characters from the same faction, they will receive additional passive buffs. Now let's talk about combat. You will notice each enemy has their health bar and then a little bar underneath that. That is their dazed bar. When full, it will stun the enemy and allow you to do increased damage to that specific target for a set amount of time. Stunned characters will raise that bar faster with their attacks, and when you hit a stunned enemy with a heavy attack, you can trigger a chain attack. Last hitting with a basic attack or special attack counts as a heavy attack. Next up is a bar underneath your health. That's your energy bar. When it is halfway or full, you can use your special attack, and the more full it is, the more damage you will do. And this bar does not relate to your ultimate attack, so if you look on your left, you might have noticed these points, aka decibels. You build that up by attacking enemies and triggering chain attacks, and once you hit 3000 points, you can use a character's ultimate, which will then reset this number back to 0. Keep in mind the decibel/points are shared between all 3 characters, so once you use the ultimate on one agent, you can switch to another and use their ultimate again until you get 3000 points. Next up are dodge attacks. attacks. I don't really use them, but while dashing, you can press your auto attack button and do a dash attack. Some characters like Ambi will deflect projectiles while running as well, so that's pretty cool. Lastly, the assist mechanic. You'll notice when playing, there's this yellow flashing prompt that sometimes shows up on an enemy. If you time it correctly and switch characters while this flash is active, you will trigger a perfect assist, and if you press your attack button, you can do a follow-up attack. Alright, now let's talk about game modes. There are 2 other game modes aside from the story and commissions that characters can play. Hollow Zero is unlocked when you reach Internaut level 20, and it's basically like Simulated Universe from Star Rail, where you clear different stages while gaining up power-ups throughout the way. Then we have Shiyu Defense, which is the Spiral Abyss from Genshin, but you don't have to worry about that right now as a beginner. Now let's talk about character equipment. W engines are weapons you equip onto your characters. They provide different stats depending on the weapon and specialty of your character. You'll notice there's also these slots which you can put disc drives in, and those are pretty much artifacts from Genshin. I haven't unlocked them yet, so I can't put them on. On the same screen, you'll also notice a few more buttons. Cinema is a constellations of an agent, and on a skill screen, you can upgrade a character's levels, skills, and you get these materials from using your battery, which I will talk about later. Now let's talk about gameplay and features. Throughout the game, you will interact with locals and get commissions, aka quests. These can be completed by going to your hollow deep dive system on the first floor of your home. When you enter it, you will have 3 different commissions: story, explore, and combat. All story missions will be sorted and located to story commission, and side commissions will be done either in combat or explore. When you do a commission, you will be moving a bamboo along the TV screen called hollows. But in combat missions, you just go straight to fighting. Oh, and hollow drives are basically your performance in a mission, and if you manage to get 3 out of 3, you'll get better rewards. The VR device. This allows you to practice and try out characters you have or whatever you want in the free training mode. Now let's talk about dailies. If you press escape and go into your compendium, you'll notice there's 4 tabs. The primer is like the guidebook in Genshin, where you complete missions and milestones for rewards. And then you have errands, which are the daily commissions. They're pretty easy to do and also interactive. For example, you can gain points just by drinking coffee, eating ramen, or by playing scratch cards daily with this cute little dog. There's also weekly missions, and they're also simple as well. For example, I just had to take a picture of this cat by the arcade. This is what you spend your battery on. Your battery is like your resin or power from Genshin and Star Rail, and it'll regenerate daily. You can use this on basic materials, agent promotions, engine modifications, and agent skills. All of these you will need to make your agent stronger. Now let's talk about locations in the game. First up is a gadget store. You can use this store to buy or recycle W engines. Moving on to the restaurants or food stores of this game, the ramen shop and coffee shop will grant you buffs based on the different foods you buy. Oh, there's also a cute character named Mew Mew who gives you rewards for completing tasks, which is pretty cool. And yeah, that is all I have to share for the beginner's guide. This should help you get through the early stages of the game and give you some insight on the UI, which I know can be confusing when you play a new game. I'll leave a link down below for you guys to download and try out the game for yourself. And I promise you, you will not regret trying out this game. Oh, and we're also getting 1600 free polychromes, which is equal to 10 wishes, because we have hit 50 million downloads. So make sure you log into the game, try it out before version 1.1 to claim this reward. And as always guys, thanks for watching this video, and try not to get ran over by a bamboo.